This is the Lectric Xpress 750 and it's a commuter style e-bike from the biggest e-bike company in the USA. MSRP is $15.56, but it is on sale in the link below this video. It's a pretty basic commuter style e-bike, so today I'm gonna show you all about it. We're gonna take it out for a test ride and we're gonna see if it's any good or not. And when you order online, it comes in this easy open box. Here's what it looks like when you get out of the box. Packaged up nicely, and Lectric likes to use this kind of little bit different packaging. I like it. Just got a little bit of a premium feel to it compared to a lot of the stuff I get, like these little strings around their boxes. And this is the Xpress 750. If you don't need this much power, they have the standard Xpress. But the Xpress 750 has a 750 watt nominal rear hub motor. You see all the numbers on that geared hub motor right here, 750 watts, 48 volt system. And this is a 27.5 inch wheel and 2.1 inches thick, rolling on street tread, and 750 watts is the nominal power. The website has it listed as 1310 watts peak, running the Stealth M24 motor from Lectric. So these tall wheels are good for riding on the street, and it comes with hydraulic brakes with 180 millimeter rotors. It's also got a torque sensor, and the pedals attach a little bit unique on these Lectric bikes. Check it out, you kind of just put it like that, and it just kind of clips on. And they are metal pedals, got some cleats in there to help keep your shoes planted. And since it is a torque sensor, this system will give you power in proportion to how hard you press on the pedals. Here's the seat, which is adjustable with a quick release lever. Branded Lectric, feels comfy. And speaking of comfort, that's why I got the step through frame version. They also offer this in the high step. I just like these step throughs because they're easy to get on and off. And also, the step through comes with these relaxed handlebars that sweep back and make for a nice upright riding position. And it also has this adjustable height stem. And I also like that the handlebars, as well as this display and all this stuff, comes installed for you. It's kind of the ideal situation for a newbie putting a bike together. And you don't have to worry about messing something up on all this. Headlight comes pre-installed, which is pretty cool. It does have front suspension with 80 millimeters of travel. It is e-bike rated suspension, and there are adjustments on the right stanchion. It also has a through axle that has a quick release as well. This is a pretty cool through axle system. It just kind of screws in. You use the quick release there, screws in on the other side, and then you kind of just snug it up on the other side with the quick release. So best of both worlds, pretty cool. And that's basically all the assembly you need to do. Although fenders and a rear rack is an option, I don't have those on this one, but even if you don't, you still get a rear light. And here's the mounting points if you want to do a rear rack. It's also got mounting points up here for water bottle, as well as here. Of course, it's got a set of keys to remove the battery. Just kind of drops on down here. You press the button down here to let it all the way drop out. You don't have to take the battery out to charge it because the charge port is right here, but you can. Battery is listed as a 48 volt, 14 amp hour, 672 watt hours of energy battery. Here's what that little push button looked like I pressed to get it out. And it's got a little indicator down here to show how charged it is. And the charger they give us is a 2 amp charger, so 14 amp hours divided by a 2 amp charge rate is about 7 hours to charge that battery from empty to full. Battery weight is 7.8 pounds. And the bike weight without the battery, me holding 245.8 minus my weight of 190.0.
245.8 minus 190 is 55.8.
55.8 pounds for the bike plus the battery. So right around 63-ish pounds for an e-bike is not bad at all. So let's go ahead and pop that battery on there and power on this display. We gotta try this adjustable height stem in a minute too. Peel that off. Actually, let's take a quick peek at the controls. So we have rubber ergonomic grips held in place by bolts, so they're not gonna rotate on you. Here is the power and plus and minus. For pedal assist, we get hydraulic brake levers, no brand on those. And in addition to the torque sensor system, we also get a thumb throttle on the right. This one has a somewhat unique shape and feel to it. Same old Shimano 7-speed shifter that's on like every bike, and same brake lever on the right. So we just press the power button and turn on the Lectric display. Boom. So this is quite the upgrade on the display from Lectric. I believe they used to have these super basic looking ones. This one now has color, and we can see it gives us our power output up here in terms of watts. Battery readout with this colorful bar up here. Battery comes about 70-80% charged. Speed, pedal assist level. So there's just 2 buttons here to operate pedal assist. It'll take you from 0 to 5. Then you get your odometer, and I'm just tapping on the button here. Voltage of the battery is 48, so that's about half. And then there is current output. So cool stuff here. Odometer, trip, all the basics. Let's hold plus and minus and see if there's, okay, so you get some cryptic menus. You're gonna need the manual to change anything if you want. You probably don't need to. And as I'm rotating this bike around to show you the other side, I'm noticing it's very light feeling. A lot of e-bikes I review are like 80 or 90 pounds. This one's got a 48 tooth chain ring for some medium speed pedaling. It's got the good old double wall guard on there to help keep the chain on there in case you're getting wild. A little bit of a rubber Lectric branded guard here for any chain slap. Shimano tourney derailleur with a derailleur guard in case you knock the bike over, you're protected. And your typical 7-speed gears on the rear. So we'll adjust this thing in a minute, but first I just want to show you what I look like on this thing with the seat on minimum height as well as the handlebars on minimum height. I am 6'5", inseam 34, so here's what I'm looking like if that helps at all. And let's try to adjust this. Basically just pull this latch. Oh, nice. So check it out, here's how this thing works. Once you open it, it kind of frees up this handlebar rotation as well as this. So you just kind of set this where you want and then you lock the whole thing down. So that's locked and unlock it. Pretty easy. I want to throw it on max because I'm pretty tall. That seems about good. So that's actually a pretty cool and secure system. You got to press up on that and then lift here. I'm not going to do it. Oh, then down here you also get a little old school USB charger. Charge your cell phone or something. And let's throw that seat on max height now. They also offer a comfort package with a suspension seat post. Oh my, this seat comes up high. Wow, dude. This has got to be one of the longest seat posts I've ever seen on an e-bike. Let's see if I can get on there. So still 6'5". Step through frame, just it's the way to roll on an e-bike, man, especially a Commuter. Just so easy to get on and off. Suspension. So can this bike fit a 6'5" dude? I would say yes. Even taller actually, because this is more pedal stroke than I could even use. Whoa, 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 whoa. The handlebars come up nice and high too, so this is still a comfortable riding position, even with the seat all the way on max and the handlebars raised to max. So I'd say this e-bike can fit a wide variety of individuals. Website actually says rider height 5'2" to 6'3", but I'd say definitely easily more than 6'3", and a max payload capacity of 330 pounds. So let's go ahead and spin that motor up. Throw it on pedal assist 5, see what it looks like. Ready, go! So throttle will take us up to the legal limit of 20 mphs. And let me show you the headlights. You hold the plus button and it shows you they turned on. And the light, and probably not the brightest light I've ever seen, but it is daytime. Here's what that light is looking like from the front. And around back you get a light as well. And when you grab the brake lever, there is no rear brake light on this one. However, you do get a light on the rear when you turn the lights on. So I think you know what time it is. All right, dudes, let's check out the Lectric Xpress 750 for a ride. Of course, we're gonna track our official range on the Strava app, see how this battery does on our 18-mile ride today. See how much juice we have left in this thing at the end of the ride. Of course, we're on a full charge. And let's get out there for a little electric bicycle ride today. Of course, we do have the throttle. And here's what those headlights look like in the elevator. So pretty bright, definitely really bright on the rear. And this is one of the very few e-bikes I actually don't have the seat post all the way at max height. So I'm gonna lower it down a bit here. I'm going down.
I'm going down.
Oh, cool. How are you?
Something got in my engine, so I have to put some vinegar in the engine.
You put vinegar in the engine?
You put vinegar, the smell of vinegar.
Oh. And here's what that headlight's looking like here in the little gerbil tunnel. Fairly bright. So let's go ahead and see how it does on the 20% grade. I'm gonna do throttle only, and we are on pedal assist 5. No pedaling, I weigh 200 pounds, ready, go. Oh, this actually feels pretty juicy. 1,200, 1,300 watts to hold us up to 20% grade. Absolutely no problem at all. Kind of surprised how torquey that feels, actually. So generally these taller 27.5-inch tall wheels, they don't feel quite as torquey because taller wheels are better at rolling at higher speed rather than feeling torquey. But for a commuter bike, this feels pretty torquey on throttle. Now looking at this display, I'm not sure if I can turn up the brightness or not, but the brightness isn't really like super bright. I can see it, and the headlight is off. So let's take out the polarized shades. Can you see it through the polarized shades? It looks just pretty dim to my eyes. Throwing on these shades does not change how visible it is. So, oh my goodness, that front wheel just about came off the ground. All right, this thing's got some power actually. All right, let's just throw it on pedal assist 0 for starters here. I mean, this is a commuter style e-bike and the weight of this thing is actually pretty low. I mean, you could genuinely ride this thing without any power at all. So if your battery dies or you just want to get a extra good workout in, you could do that. Let's try pedal assist 1 now. So it's a torque sensor. It'll give you power based on how hard you press on the pedals, and pedal assist 1 is pretty gentle. I can look at the watt meter there and see it's giving me only about 50 watts of power, so just a little bit of assistance. So definitely much more of an electric bicycle compared to some of the more electric motorcycles that we see on this channel that are really dialed up quite beyond class 3 limits. And let's see what happens if we just press a throttle on pedal assist 1. So that'll give us like pedal assist 1 power levels. It's only like 230 watts. So that's pretty newbie friendly feature. You're not gonna, you know, accidentally whiskey throttle this thing if you have it on pedal assist 1, make it launch off to the moon. Looks like we're gonna have some marine lighter out there today though. So let's start this thing over on pedal assist 2, try the torque sensor. How good is the torque sensor on this? So far it's feeling pretty responsive. I'm gonna shift into gear 3. We were on gear number 1, and just a little minimal effort here, just showing about 100 watts power, and then press harder on that torque sensor. I have to give it a decent amount of effort here on pedal assist 2, which is the way you want it to be. Gives me more like 300-ish watts, 400 if I really press. So far feeling like a pretty nice torque sensor. So pedal assist 3 now. I'll change it on to gear number 5 now that we're cruising about 10 miles an hour. Pedal assist 3 obviously makes it just a little bit easier, giving us access to about 200 watts relatively easy, and then pressing on those pedals just a bit harder dials it up to about 354 if I really press. So Lectric is not new to making electric bikes. They are actually the biggest electric bike company in the United States of America, based out of Phoenix, Arizona. So it is a USA based company. And first impressions on this thing is it's feeling like a pretty refined commuter style e-bike. So now I have it on pedal assist 4, and yeah, it just kind of dials up that pedal assist sensor, torque sensor a little bit easier, giving me about 400 watts now. But if I press really hard, it'll give me about 600. Let's see what happens if I press the throttle on pedal assist 4. Yeah, that's pretty juicy, about 1,050 watts there. And at about 20, it will reduce our power on throttle. So class 2 and class 3 e-bikes should cut you off with throttle power at 20. And when we hit 20, zip, cuts that power down to about 350, which is what it takes to maintain us at 20 miles an hour. So even if you put on pedal assist 5, let's bump it on to gear number 7 now. We're on pedal assist 5, just barely pedaling at all. It'll give us around 300 watts. And then my true test for a torque sensor is to have it on pedal assist 5 and just get going really slow and just put a little bit of pressure on those pedals. So what is like the minimum cutoff on pressure here? So just about a pound of pressure here, and yeah, I'd say it's a pretty nicely refined torque sensor, especially for a non-mid-drive motor. Sometimes these hub drive motor ones that tend to be a little bit jumpy down on the low end, but this one's feeling quite refined, pretty good. Really good. I'm really curious if you can get into the menus and dial up the brightness on this screen, because I just wish it was like about twice as bright. So we do have the e-bike 80mm front suspension. There is a comfort package for this bike. You could do a suspension seat post. Now this does have the taller 27.5-inch wheels, which make it nicer for rolling over, you know, imperfections on the road. But obviously with the street tread, commuter style e-bike, this isn't gonna be your number one, you know, off-roading option. The front suspension does help even out the bumps though with those taller wheels. Now, I think this thing will let us go 28. We're about to find out. We don't get ran off the road here, that is. All right, let's dial this up to pedal assist 5. Yeah, going over those bumps, I can tell these tall wheels help even out those bumps. Oh yeah, so it looks like we are getting cut off at 20 miles an hour. There probably is a way to unlock the top speed of 28 on this, but it is limited to 20 out of the box. And we do have that bright rear light. No turn signals on the back. Well, who cares? I don't think cars even look for turn signals. Do they even look for bikes out here? I don't know. So 20 is good enough to roll with some slower traffic. Probably shouldn't be in the fast lane for too long. My goodness, look how thick the marine layer is, man. Can barely even see that building right up there. All right, I'm loving the step through frame, dude. Step through is just the way to go. So easy to get on and off this bike. Relax your riding position. Let's try 0 to 20 acceleration, see how she do. I'm genuinely surprised how hard this thing launches. So GPS speed right here, onboard speed right here, power meter right there, ready to go. 1,300 watts I saw show there for flash, and 17, 18, 19, 20. pretty solid for a commuter style e-bike. The Xpress 750, baby. They do have a 500 watt version of this if you don't need all 750. It's a little cheaper too. As I mentioned, Lectric is a popular brand. Here's one right here. Is that a Lectric e-bike?
Yeah.
Right on. How are you liking it?
I like it. It's different. I never had a mid-drive before.
Oh, that's mid-drive.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. How do you like the mid-drive?
I actually like the motor in the back.
Oh, do you really?
It has a little more get up and go.
Okay. Yeah.
How do you like that one? I've actually been looking at that one because I actually like the smaller tires instead of the bigger tires. These things make a little more noise. Well, enjoy your new toy.
All right, enjoy. So let's see if we can look up how to change the top speed and screen brightness on this thing. P08. Oh, 32 kilometers an hour, 45 kilometers an hour. Thank you, e-biking today. Shoot, I'm over here trying to do this and there's a driverless car here trying to pass me. Sorry, bro. Go ahead, you got it. Sorry about that. I want to turn the screen brightness up too. P01 is the setting for brightness. It's not letting me change it though, I don't think. It's just stuck on the brightness it is, I guess. All right, so now at the top speed unlock, looks like throttle on pedal assist 1 will take us to around 9 miles an hour. Let's see what pedal assist 3 does. Gives us about 800 watts now on pedal assist 3, and the throttle will still cut us off at 20 even if we're on pedal assist 5, but if we start pedaling it'll give us power beyond 20. So let's go ahead and whip this thing around and give it a top speed run. So I'll use throttle until we get up to about 20, and then I'm gonna pedal here because you have to use the torque sensor to go beyond 20. I have it on top gear of 7 and pedal assist 5, and it makes you work for it a little bit. Yeah, I'm definitely putting in probably about 200 watts of my own, going 25, probably about 300 watts of my own. So you really got to work for it, but it does give you about 700, 900 watts there, and 1,000 watts. It'll match like how hard I'm pressing, but it makes you work for it to get up to about showing 28 on board, 29 on my GPS. That's about the top speed, right around 28, 29. You might be able to hit 30 if you're strong. So pretty much class 3 electric bike limits. But obviously with these skinny tall tires with street tread, we will not be riding on the sand, but we're gonna go try the California incline, see if this controller and battery hold up. Whew, picked the wrong day to come to the beach, man. Look how much fog marine layer is out here by the beach. It was sunny just over by me, and now I am freezing out here. Probably a sign I should start pedaling, get a little workout in, heat myself up. Looks like somebody's getting arrested over there. Oh yeah, somebody's in cuffs. Got some police officers. Wonder what the deal is. Craziness all the time in Venice, man. We better get out of here. That's awesome.
How you doing?
What's up, man? Yeah. Matt, nice to meet you.
19
Awesome.
million followers.
Oh wow. What's your TikTok channel?
It's the Fatty Brothers.
The Fatty Brothers?
Yeah, the Fatty Brothers.
Cool. I'm gonna check it out. The twins?
Yeah, identical.
Actually, how we reached out to Ghost Cat because I saw your review.
Oh, that's cool.
Getting attention.
Yeah, apparently. That's awesome. All right, so let's give this thing a rip up the California incline, 12% grade. It's gonna be an 85-foot climb. We'll see how it holds up. Hopefully it holds up like a champion.
You got it, champion.
Champion, hopefully we got it. So we'll end up at the top of that hill. Let's hit this little loop-de-loop section here, and I'll do throttle only. Plenty powerful. We'll see how the motor holds up. 1200 watts. Then of course we'll test the brakes in the final range here in a few, but full throttle from the base of the California incline, 9 miles an hour, 1200 watts. No pedaling. Hopefully the motor does not cut out. 1200 watts, 16. Of course my GPS is failing me here, but that's 18 miles an hour. Get a refresh on that. Come on. So it says 19, and obviously throttle is gonna basically limit us at 20, but it is pulling 1100 watts doing 20 miles an hour up the California incline, no pedaling. So we are about halfway through this ride, 9 miles. It is showing all the bars full. Battery voltage is reading 51.6 halfway through this ride. So we definitely have a lot more juice in that battery. See how the brakes do. We might be able to get a little faster at 28 on a downhill. 29, it'll still give you power at about 29, but it starts cutting your power. So brakes are 180 millimeter rotors and hydraulic, and this bike is fairly light, so with the street tread on these big tires. So let's give them a brake test from about 20 to 0. Ready, stop. Oh yeah, Solid brakes, dude. Solid brakes. You don't need anything more than this, especially on a bike that's fairly light. Oh, this thing will actually kind of try to pop a wheelie on you if you have it on pedal assist 5. Whoa, surprisingly torquey for what it is. All right, dudes, let's head on home, check the final range, and on the way, I'll share my final thoughts on the Lectric Xpress 750. So let's talk about some of the pros and cons. I really like the torque sensor on this e-bike, and I really like the step-through frame with the relaxed handlebars that are also adjustable, so this bike can really fit a wide variety of individuals. It fits me well at 6'5", but everything collapses down and can definitely fit a much shorter rider. I like that this throttle gives you a lot of juice on tap. Kind of wish that throttle would work beyond 20, but that's just not legal, so Lectric's not gonna let you do that. One other con, I kind of wish that the screen was a little bit brighter. It's a nice display, but a little bit hard for me to see riding out here. I couldn't find a way to turn up the brightness. It might be possible to do, and surprisingly peppy, torquey feeling e-bike, outputting over 1200 watts of power. And price, the on-sale price and the link below this video is not too bad for a basic commuter style electric bike from the biggest e-bike company in the United States of America. So if you want to grab one, click that link. But let's head on home, check the final range. All right, dudes, just rolling back into the neighborhood. Let's see where we landed on range and how much battery we have left in this thing. So 17 miles, 13 mile an hour average speed, hour and 18 minutes of ride time. And the battery meter here is showing, take a little peek-see, missing 2 out of 10 bars, and the voltage is showing 49.1 volts remaining. So running our typical route after about 17 miles, we have about 60-ish% remaining on the battery. A couple things that helps this e-bike get better range than a heavier e-bike is this is lighter all around, then it has that torque sensor, and the geometry of this thing just kind of encourages me to actually pedal it a little bit because it's not super heavy, and then pedaling it actually does help propel the bike, unlike some really heavy ones with huge batteries. So Lectric Xpress 750, pretty solid commuter style electric bike. If you want to grab one, use that link down below, click on that, then buy it. It would help support my reviews. However, if this is not the kind of commuter electric bike you're looking for, watch this video right here, dude. YouTube's recommending it to you, and they know what you want to see. So check it out. I'll catch you over there.